Love and Light. I'm Phillip Mountrose with my wonderful guest and associate, Gretchen Comer in Virginia. Hi. I'm live in Santa Maria, California, where it's the home of our Awakenings Institute nonprofit organization. And we come each week, the weekly Circle of Love and Light, a donation, a love donation to the world to bring the world into a more loving place, and brought to you by Awakenings Institute, our nonprofit organization devoted to making the world a more loving place where everyone's gifts, including nature's, are honored and respected, as well they should. And this is a show that comes weekly this time, and it's something that you can share with your friends and rebroadcast, and we appreciate that. And I'm here with Gretchen, who's a coach and a healer and a transformational leader herself. Gretchen, and welcome again, and she's a regular guest on the show here. Gretchen, you want to say hello and introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, Phillip. I hope you're having a great Sunday, everyone. It's wonderful to be here again and to touch base with everybody in this way. It's wonderful to have you tuning in. So thank you.
Yeah, great to be here. And our topic today, timely, is the energies, the powerful energies of this month of December. A lot goes on, as we know, in December. And it's an interesting month in that it's a very quiet, still month where light, the amount of light is shorter, the shortest day of the year. And yet there's a lot of activities, especially in the West, and Christmas and such, and there's a lot of holidays, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and other holidays, and Christmas, which makes a lot of socializing away from the work schedule and more into the family social relationship relating on that level. So that's a sort of a busy time of year. It's interesting trying to schedule things. It's hard to schedule things in the quote normal routines because things are disrupted on many levels, and that can be a good thing, or it can be a challenging thing. How have you found some of the December energies? But I want to share some more in a moment. What have you noticing, Gretchen?
Yes, it's interesting because it's, for those of us here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into winter time. And so this is a natural time, the natural rhythm time to slow down and to go within and to rest and recuperate and heal. It's a wonderful time to dream. It's a wonderful time to kind of plant seeds for your future. And then there's this kind of contrasting energy that comes in December, which is all about hustle and bustle, and things feel very rushed, and a lot of people get stressed out this time of year. So it's really interesting how we've developed kind of this thing in our society where we are creating this kind of frenetic energy where it's not really aligned with the winter energy, which is that peaceful stillness to slow down and to go within. So I find it interesting. You kind of feel like a push and a pull, I think, every December, especially if you have family and you celebrate the holidays. Those are the ways that we get kind of caught up in all of that crazy energy. So it's interesting how it's such a contrast to the natural rhythm of this time of year.
It's very different, and I wanted to highlight what you said about the quietness and the stillness and the going within, the hibernating. Those are some very powerful themes, and things just although there's that busy social season, in nature things are slowing down. Things are getting colder. They're condensing. They're freezing. They're getting more barren on the outside. They're going within. So that's some powerful themes, and it really associates with being sort of more reflective and meditative of your life and more aware of your inner world. And we're going to be covering some of that in some of the EFT, angelic EFT healing and meditation coming up here in the show to go further into that. But those are really powerful themes, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely. And I think if we can, take some time to just spend 5 minutes every day as we're leading up to that winter solstice time, I think just spending 5 minutes just in quiet, just in stillness, just complete quiet. It has so many amazing health benefits just to slow down, to give yourself permission, 5 minutes a day, just to pause and breathe and clear your mind, slow your heart rate down. Those all have amazing benefits on the whole holistic body. We can clear our mind, our heart rate slows down, and we just feel better about our outlook. We feel better about our day. And those are just simple things that we can do every day to kind of help align with that beautiful energy of wintertime that's coming. So.
Yes, and we can do some powerful breathing exercises, which slows down and balances our heart and our heart variability, and also can lead to higher states of consciousness and vibration of breathing in through the nose, easily, gently, deeply, and kind of holding it, and then slowly exhaling. Even doing it once is pretty powerful. And again, through the nose and releasing slowly. And when you do that, it expands the space in your mind and your awareness. Things slow down and become very spacious and kind of crystalline. It's like seeing things in slow motion.
Yes.
And then when you're in the zone in higher states, you're sort of like seeing everything at once and very aware of things. And so that's a wonderful thing to do in this reflective time, and reflecting on your life, because at the end of the year, you often reflect, like, where have I been this year? And sometimes we do coming up in the New Year's, like, and getting ready, like, where was I? And there's reviews of the year. They're often done in different publications and shows and so forth. What happened this year? And that's an interesting thing. What happened this year? A lot happened this year on the global scale, and I'm sure for everyone listening. And welcome, Sharon, I see Williamson joining us too here. So that's a good time to reflect and kind of take it in, just breathe it in, knowing that you're growing, and every moment is an opportunity. Every moment is a grow, to be aware, to kind of take it in and to appreciate this precious time we have in life. Right. And sometimes we're so busy we forget to take stock and to value the things that we have and have experienced.
Right. I think that goes along with the theme that we've had, just this time of year. For those of us in America, we just celebrated Thanksgiving. And so for me, it's kind of like the whole month of November going into December is about gratitude. So we get to the end of the year, let's focus on the things that we accomplished, the things that are positive, not what went wrong, what, didn't happen, and get kind of bogged down in all of that lower vibrational stuff, but to really think about the things that we accomplished, the things that we feel good about, and be grateful, bring in that energy of gratitude, which can really bring in a lot of joy too, which is also another theme of December is joy, bringing back peace and joy. You hear about that a lot around the holidays. And so those to me are wonderful ways to kind of honor where you've been for the last year, as well as where you're going, where you want to be. So, yeah.
Right. I recently wrote a blog on the alchemy of gratitude and did a video of it on our gettingthrough.org blog website. And part of it is, as you said, focusing on what you have done and what is there and what is available and all the support that you have. Sometimes we kind of get lost in what's going wrong and what we don't have. And that's, it's good to be aware of that too, but you really need to strike a balance and actually try to focus more on the positive than the negative, which can be challenging, but it's doable.
Right. Right. I think, but if you can make it a special occasion, at the end of the year, to spend, a little time with yourself to do that. And, maybe light a candle, have a notepad of paper out there, make it kind of a special thing where you are actually bringing kind of more a ceremony type of atmosphere to it. I think it can be a really beautiful experience, and just send some gratitude to yourself, write yourself a thank you letter, those are all ways to kind of cultivate that. And what it does is it makes us want more of it. It makes us want to put more of that out into the universe and plant those seeds for the future, which is a lot about incubating the seeds over the winter. The earth is sleeping in our part of the world. And so when it's sleeping, the seeds aren't dead. The seeds are underneath the soil getting ready to grow, and they're sleeping, they're resting, and they're doing what nature calls all of us to do. So it's a beautiful time to kind of make it a special occasion for yourself, and it's very simple. It doesn't you don't have to set aside a whole day to do it. It can be a 20-minute exercise. So.
Right. And that gratitude can be fertilizing, helping grow the seeds, focusing on what you do have. And the reason why I called the article or Alchemy of Gratitude, it really is shifting when you take stock of that year of the things that are the good things. You can use that to plant new seeds and focus on what you do have. Yeah. And that can also be a way to transform the division and separation and ill will you have within yourself and the world to some positive things like love and support and caring and compassion and creativity.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the way to do it.
And you had, Gretchen, you pulled an oracle card. You want to share that for today?
I did. I felt called to pull a card before we started today, just kind of an oracle for a card for the collective. And I'm using a card deck that we often use on Circle of Love and Light called Work Your Light, and it's by Rebecca Campbell. And it's a beautiful deck if you're not familiar with it. And the card that I chose is actually called Answer the Call. So this is a very interesting card for all of us right now in this time of year too. And Answer the Call, it says, what is your soul calling you to do? And so what this card is inviting us is to understand that our guidance is divinely guided, and that we're being called to answer the call of our soul right now. And it might be scary to some of us. It might not make a lot of sense, but if we can trust what we're feeling in our heart and soul connection, then we can have an amazing life beyond what we could probably even imagine. And so answering it is not a one-time thing. So if you answer the call, if you already feel like you have a soul purpose now, there might be something else for you to explore as well. This is not a one-time thing in life. We have many, many purposes, many, many missions. And deep down, it's calling us to look and see what our soul is yearning for. What seeds do we want to plant now for our future? What seeds would we like to incubate over the winter in this stillness, in this peaceful time of year that has a lot of energy coming back with the return of the light after winter solstice, for those of us who are in the Northern Hemisphere. And so it's asking us to not really wait for permission. We need to seek those things now and plant those seeds now to have an amazing future. So I think it's a beautiful invitation to just ask yourself, what is my soul calling me to do right now?
Yes, and that's those themes, powerful themes of reflection and quiet and silence, silent night. That's a beautiful song.
Absolutely.
Peace on earth, and Sharon Williamson talked about peace and joy. So those are wonderful themes, and they do produce seeds for the future, which is interesting. There's something we sort of enjoy in the moment, but as you said, they're planting seeds going forward for next year.
Right. And I think, we do get caught up in this being like the year's end at the end of December, but it's not really an end, it's a new beginning. And so we're launching ourselves into a new year where there's new possibility and new things to explore and discover, not only about our world, but about ourselves. So I think it's, to me, it feels like a time of beautiful opportunity. It really does.
And I want to focus a little bit on the relationships that are going on, especially in like Christmas season, the sort of the positives and negatives of that. Address that for a moment. So the positives, the things that we enjoy, is connecting with friends and loved ones and feeling, as we mentioned, grateful for them and having social relationships with them, and maybe fun and laughter, connecting, and that's all wonderful and a beautiful part of things. And then the downside, the sort of shadow side, is the obligations, the family conflicts, and sometimes lack of boundaries. That can be a good thing if you to have them or to learn them. what you're willing to do and say. Some things I know, like with my family, I may not get along, I may not agree with them, and I know I really can't change them. I just have to think to myself, what is a compassionate thing to do in the moment? What is a reasonable thing to do? What can I do? And also not to just get consumed by it and either being negative about it or just letting them kind of dominate my time and energy in ways that I don't want to. So just sometimes you have to sort of be politely interrupting things and changing the subject or leaving or saying, I disagree with that, in a respectful way, or, that's not for me, or, so
Right.
boundaries are important.
Right. I just have to, I want to mention something funny because I actually, 2 cards fell out when I was choosing this Oracle card, and the other one was actually the boundaries card. So I just want to say that's interesting that you're speaking of that, because I think it's so true, especially those of us who celebrate with our families. I feel like the holidays are often a time, because that's a popular time to gather with our family, that it does kind of bring up stuff for us, our family stuff, and our challenges, that we have with family become more to the forefront, because we're interacting with them on a physical level. And what they're predicting this year too is this is going to be such a huge year for travel and for people being together, because we're in this post-pandemic era now. But it's interesting, and it's a wonderful topic that you're bringing up, Philip, because I feel like it's so relevant to so many of us who know, families trigger us, they do. And there's ways to work with that. And so I think it's wonderful to remind us of that as well. And boundaries, just so important for us. And we may not, have real strong boundaries with some of our family members.
So there's the positives, the joy with connections and relationships, the gratitude, the love, the connections, the time together, and then the challenges, the conflicts, and we talked about boundaries, obligations, and some of those things also can be the commercialism, is the other thing of kind of dealing with the heavy commercialism, which can be also the obligation of gift giving and all that stuff, which can be joyous and can also be sort of an obligation that may not have the highest energy with it. And so that's something to be aware of and kind of put that into a balance for yourself too. So maybe did you, before I want to do a little healing on any of this too, that may have brought up a few things. And welcome, Babs, and nice to see her on the attending here. Is there anything you wanted to add to that too, Gretchen?
No, I'm in complete agreement. I feel like learning, using the angelic EFT today, I think is going to be a great way to empower all of us to have that at our disposal when we need it, this holiday season.
Well, I wanted to address just sort of putting us in balance and a deeper state of consciousness too. By doing some angelic EFT, we have a little gift, a seasonal gift, although it's really good all year round for learning angel EFT, combining the angel presence with the EFT tapping, a marriage made in heaven. And so we can do as a group here some EFT healing on ourselves or the world, in anything we may have brought up, some maybe family conflict, the challenges of world conflict going around the world. There's an abundance of that as usual with the multiple crises. So whatever you want to pick when you want to focus on something, as we'll do some EFT tapping and bring in, Gretchen and I decided to bring in Angel Jophiel. The angels are pronounced differently, who's sort of a feminine presence too, to help with our angel healing. So we can kind of just put ourselves in a comfortable place. And if you can close your eyes, if you're in a safe place to do that, it's fine to do that. And that is optional, and that can also relax you. And as you relax, as you're doing now, your brain waves slow down. And that's really wonderful to just start to relax and start to balance your energy. And as you're balancing your energy, we'll ask Angel Jophiel, Angel of Beauty and Wisdom, Archangel coming in to our presence. Yes. Breathing in her wonderful, abundant, resplendent energy filled with joy and infinite love and bliss for us all, just transforming us and melting away a lot of the stress already. And as we're doing that, we'll just go a little further into some EFT tapping. So on whatever you want to relieve the stress in your life or in the world, you're tapping the top of your head, relieving the stress. And then you're tapping the eyebrow point, relieving the stress with Archangel Jophiel supporting us, the side of the eyes, relieving that stress. Breathing under the eyes, relieving under the nose with the stress going, melting. The chin tapping, relieving the collarbone point, healing, getting more in balance under the arm or arms, tapping. And we do the reset process for holistic EFT, tapping the top of the head, resetting the left and right brain to be in the perfect balance in this December energy. And then tapping the heart, integrating all of this into our heart, which connects with our soul. Breathing. And Archangel Jophiel says, all is well, all is peace, all is love. Enjoy the harmony that's all around you. Wherever you see strife and conflict, send the love of your heart into it to heal it and to mend it, to bring the divisions together into oneness. Be well and much love on your journey in wholeness, love, and union. We love you so much. All right.
That was beautiful, Philip. I think that's a beautiful message too, and a reminder that we can send love out to those areas of the world, of our life, or out to the world at large that need it. We do have the capability to change the energy. And so I think it's sometimes we may not feel powerful as one person, but I think it's a beautiful message and reminder to all of us that we can send love out to those areas that need it most.
What the world needs now is love,
That's
as
right.
the song goes, as the beautiful song goes.
Absolutely.
So in the month of December, I wanted to include in our meditation too, kind of all the energies and themes we've been covering today. And that would be the themes of quiet, reflection, stillness, harmonious relationships, peace, inner peace, those kind of themes. We'll bring them in again with Jovial, another kind of deeper round here, a short meditation, see how it sits with us as we breathe in more love and healing and alignment with December's energy, so we can reflect on where we've been and start to plant seeds for where we're going. So we're breathing in again and relaxing. Breathing in and relaxing more and just becoming more and more quiet within, quieting our mind, letting our body relax. And we can go to a wonderful, quiet, still place within our mind. It could be a wonderful, safe place, a peaceful place in your mind that you've been before, or a new place, a place of quiet stillness, of harmony. And in this place, it's very easy to access the wonderful energies now of silence, breathing in more and more silence, and exhaling it out into the world. As we relax a little more, we breathe in quietness. Breathe it into all our cells, our energy field, reverberating it out, breathing it out into the world, the quiet, still energy from our heart, our soul. Breathing in now a beautiful reflective energy, reflecting the stillness and quietness, breathing it in and breathing out that wonderful, reflective, quiet stillness into the world and where it's needed. Breathing in again the inner peace, breathing it out into the world. Breathing in joy in our relationships and breathing out joy to the world. Breathing in love to ourselves and our relationships and breathing it out to the world becomes a more loving place. And Jophiel is here with us again, enhancing and strengthening, reinforcing what we're doing here. She's in full agreement with a big smile on her face and a beam from her heart. She said, all is joy and love, that is true. All you need to do is breathe it in now, and it is, and so it is, and it reverberates out into infinity forever and ever. Beyond time and space, we are here now in beautiful, infinite harmony, love, joy, compassion, and wisdom in this moment for ourselves, available to everyone and everything in the universe now. Much love, more and more. Yes, it is, and so it is. Becoming more now, forever and ever. Thank you. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, feel grounded back in the room here, wherever you are, with a little more joy, a little more peace, and a little more love in your heart.
That was lovely. Thank you. That was lovely. I felt like my heart expand and I felt my energy expand, and it just felt very calm and peaceful, kind of at the center of myself. And sometimes I forget that that's really accessible, in the center of me, that it's not just swirling chaos.
Right. Any concluding comments before we have a few final final wrap-up notes here?
No, I'm very excited for December, for this Circle of Love and Light, and I think it's going to be a beautiful month of these circles, and I look forward to speaking about these themes again and in more depth. So thank you, Philip.
Yes, and where can people follow up with you, Gretchen?
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. If people want to connect with me, you can find me at spiraljourney.net. That's my website. It has probably the most comprehensive list of all the services that I provide. And you can also connect with me on Instagram. I'm Spiral Journey Gretchen. Or you can connect with me on Facebook at Spiral Journey Holistic Life Services, or as Gretchen Comer. So I'd love if you want to stop by and just give me a wave. That would be wonderful. And yeah, thank you.
Great. Yeah, please do. And as I mentioned earlier, we have a new special, a seasonal offering here, an angelic EFT gift set at gettingthrough.org/spiritual. You'll see a link to that angelic EFT gift set, which has how to do EFT. We're going to do a webinar on that, a nice little book on archangels, and how to do holistic EFT, just in case you want a review of that. And these beautiful cards that Jane Mountrose, my wife and partner, did, these angelic reminder cards. So that's a neat little gift there that you might want to take advantage of in the season, or treat yourself or someone you know to that gift, and very affordable. And at Awakenings Institute, we are here to help people have more love and wholeness. And that's the theme of this show. You can like the show, share the show, and get your angelic EFT gift set, and feel free to connect with us. We also have a newsletter where we update people regularly and share articles and videos as well at gettingthrough.org/holistic, gettingthru.org. Any final words here, Gretchen?
No, thank you, Philip. It's been a beautiful. Thank you so much for the beautiful meditation today, and it's really inspired me today. So thank you. Yeah,
well,
beautiful.
Great. Thanks so much for coming on and sharing your presence and wisdom. We always appreciate that too.
Thank you so much.
So everyone have a great day, a great December, and until next time, much love.